Hello and welcome of part 2 on our Masters Player Teaches our Champions series, where we take on Gnar and we've just beaten Lulu. Gnar's deck is pretty good, I would say, and just has these Pokesticks, removal spells, and impact units, so very solid units. And we face Gangplank next. Let's head on in. And for Gangplank, you have the Swain middle boss first, and he just focuses on dealing a lot of damage. You have to find a way to deal with Swain, either by Cutting Strike, for example, or some other way to destroy him, or just some ways to gain life back. And in the late game, similarly, Gangplank summons these Dread Rays, and you just want to have a way to deal with the 5 for Gangplank and the Dread Ray. Then I really try to go for a more controlish route here and go for lifesteal cards, for hard removal spells, for bigger boards, not just rushing them down. Then you take a lot of damage on the way. And yeah, Gangplank is usually the one where people start struggling, so I hope this guide will be helpful for you. Let's just jump right in, see what our power is. Don't have any rerolls yet, and this is one of the best powers in the game, Sticky Fingers. An allies attack, nab 1. At least it's one of my personal favorites. There might be stronger powers, manage them of course, but I think from the common ones, this is definitely the strongest. Just makes you never run out of cards, and gives you another win condition against these Gangplank decks, for example. You can just mill them out instead of actually killing them. Endless survives damage is also fine. Dragon's Rage is also okay. These are just the minor upsides for units. I really like this Sticky Fingers. Allows you to draft really greedily. And it's actually funny how many encounters have some way of healing in their deck and nab from them. The first one, Jagged Taskmaster, is pretty easy. I would say it has a random warning shot that it can shoot at you, but just gets this endless stream of 1-cost followers. However, it starts with 1 less mana. Should still be able to rush it down before it does anything too scary. As for Mulligan, we once again look for early plays, so the tower is too expensive. Pokestick doesn't really do anything against their deck because Pilcher doesn't have that many units, so let's just Mulligan these two away, keep our Lizard and our 3-drop, get a Toad back and a Wallop. And Gangplank's Mutator is just everybody gets this Jailbreak in hand. For our Protoporo, they will probably go for the random follower here. Oh no, they don't have any mana yet. Oops. And the first nap gives us a Journeying Sandhopper. Fortunately, all the napped cards are not Prismatic. Definitely something I could buy, like the nap power in Prismatic. I would fully pay a skin for that. Really would appreciate it. We ran a 1-cost follower, and they hit a fearsome unit, so we will be taking 1 damage. A little bit random sometimes, and this is why you really want to prioritize healing in the Gangplank level. Otherwise you will just have these moments where you take damage for nothing, and the hero power gave them 1 more 1-cost unit. So here, let's just play out the slightly bigger guy in the Sandhopper. Could also have played the Mighty Poro Overwhelm, but don't really care to play random stuff. Here's the random warning shot, so another 1 damage you can't prevent from happening. And it's actually the first time that they did this against me. They granted their allies everywhere buff. Here I'm going to attack with my 1-1. First of all, it has impact, so my Bitsy Lizard will be activated. And they want to trade here anyways, so we just get the free trades, get the nap, or an Abyssal Guard from their deck. And yeah, transform our Bitsy Lizard into the Lava Lizard. And we have a good board position. Just plan on playing out Gnar here, depending what they do. For creatures, generating them a random 1-cost guy. We play out our Gnar. Doomkeeper is annoying. Now we take another point of damage we couldn't prevent. That 1 mana over. Put on the Blood Bait. It was created by cold creatures. Puts the Snapshot on top. This will trigger the Lurk ability. We took now 3 damage that we are unable to prevent. Pretty annoying. This is just sometimes what happens. When you don't take 15 damage, it's still fine. Really, just look for healing. And yeah, I'm just going to open attack. They probably going to block this. And this is funnily one of the ways we can actually heal on the first fight with the Citrus Carrier. Now I will just curve out with my boarded Toad. Then next turn go for the Pokestick on the Nexus into Citrus Carrier, Rally. And you'll be surprised to see how good this power actually is, because there's so many different ways for you to find value from your opponent's decks. Blunderporo comes in. And they also summoned a Yeti healing. Doesn't really matter anymore. Just wanted to show you. Heal up our board, heal for 3, and then we can go to attack if we summon something. Here we just block everything, doesn't really matter which way we block it, as long as we block it all. Hello. And yeah, our units are all bigger than theirs, so it doesn't matter how we block it exactly. Got to shuffle the Yetis in, but they are dead. No more Yetis for you, my friend. Yeah, face palm. Or Yeti? No. Okay. First fight down. 30 life. And here we have no rerolls again, so we have to choose which one of these is the best one for our deck. The new Yumi card, Projectile, Icequake, and Wolf Rider. Not sure about this one actually, because Icequake is not the worst, but it's pretty expensive. Wolf Rider is not the worst, but we have like our Gnar we want to play on turn 4. However, we have a lot of ways to deal 1 damage to the opponent, and then an extra mana gem is quite useful. Projectile is a little bit expensive, 2 mana, deal 1 damage. Not that many small things actually. It's useful against the powder kegs, I guess. So pretty close here between these two, I would say. I'm going to go for the projectile for the final fight with Gangplank, just having these 1 damage things, fast speed. They set up a big barrel, powder keg, and then you just blow it up. It's fine. And for our champion rewards, let's look for something with lifesteal. And we don't find anything with lifesteal, which is unfortunate. And from the rest, Jinx is pretty bad here, because we will never have our hand empty with the nap power. It's just not going to happen. Echo is just generally pretty bad. He's one of the worst ones to pick up because it's so expensive and just dies so easily with 2 health, doesn't block. I guess it's just the LeBlanc. LeBlanc just good aggressive unit, not my favorite one, but can close out games pretty fast. One of the rows, decent blocker. Gets us the stun ability. But the business is our way to deal with Gangplank and with the overwhelm units. Not the best ones, but let's go with the LeBlanc. And here, once again, you want to see which of the nodes offers us the most. Gold chest, not really. Healing, we won't need. And Boxtopus is a guy that gives you this random card for some cost of life. Actually, I like this random card on this level specifically, so I'm going to go over here to just showcase this one. Kato and Shiraza is basically the meme deck. Kato gives Shiraza Overwhelm, and the power amplifies it a little bit. This is generally a pretty easy fight if you play on the board. You have a way to deal with Kato and Shiraza. As for Mulligan, you want to have an aggressive curve again. So I thought you're just too expensive, too fat. Go for a cheaper card here in LeBlanc, much better. I just play out 1, 2, 3 usually, and then you just block. You win. Pretty straightforward fight. Want to prevent taking too much damage here. Jailbreak, random follower again. And the 1/1 Spiderling guy. So I don't want to attack here, because then they get the Spiderling from the last breath ability. And that would be really dumb. So let's just play a blocker. They are programmed to attack every time. And then double block, take no damage. Kill this for free basically, just taking 2 damage on another guy. Get the Spiderling. And we get to get our LeBlanc online. LeBlanc levels up and you still dealt damage, so you want to get her out as fast as possible. Reason to attack with this one here, because it would just like block with the Spiderling. Get this anyways, so get our 2-1 around. The attack on 4 here, we could play a Shiraza or another Battlecaster. They play like 2 small guys, and now I also want to play a small guy to block. I guess the best one we have here is the Legion Drummer. Just stole this with our nap power. Fortunately, we now have to take some damage. Actually not going to take damage here. I'm going to block with the LeBlanc. Just to keep sure our life total is high. And yeah. Normally you don't, like this is a little bit of a questionable block in general, but I think it's still usually correct. Especially if you draw a second one immediately. Just play out our Gnar. This gives us a Poké Stick. Not a very big one. It's a little bit scary, don't have an answer for their Kato the arm if they like make this a big guy. A little bit problematic. Shiraza is fine. A good block here. Play our Son of the Rose first. Line up the blocks. And now we want to keep 4 mana open. Let's just pass for now. Exactly. Don't have any spells they can cast here. So we go this and Pokestick. Prevent damage again. That's oftentimes your focus. Just prevent damage. You see we have 10,000 cards in hand. They have just 2. As long as you go into the long game, we have a very good time. Now let's keep the mana. No need to level up Gnar here. So let's run out our LeBlanc. And our 4-cost guy. We can still go for the Pokestick on this one. Yep. Here comes the Wild Claws. Unless strikes an enemy. Because we waited for our Pokestick, we can now counter this spell as well. And attack. And exact lethal, level up as well. Okay, and for our battle rewards, once again I really like these spells that cost 1 and draw a card. It's just very powerful to have. No healing, once more. Unworthy, of course, unplayable, because we will never have fewer mana champs than our opponent. And it's also just killing followers. And Pogo Sledge, also very strong, 4 mana, 5/5 with the random Pogo summons. I think I'm just going to go for a lead cheap spell here with the card draw card. It's a very powerful effect. And in general, the Legion Marauder is a little bit more harder than the powder cakes or the powder monkeys, monkey idols, but will always take at least 5 damage from monkey idols, whereas you oftentimes can go out with no damage taken over here. And that's actually super interesting. So here, this is the Boxtopus encounter. He gives you these random items. This is always the same one. He gives you draw 1, deal 1 to all enemies, enemy nexus, and then summon a random 1-cost follower. And pay life here instead of actual coins or something. I think I'm just going to take the middle one. Doubling dice might arguably be even worse than this one, because in 50% of cases it does nothing. And just having a 1/1 and a Pogo makes you so much more safe in the early game. And we see over here also a champion item. That's very good. Champion items are the best notes that you can get. For the Legion Marauder fight, I kinda skipped over it pretty fast. They get a Legion Marauder in hand at game start. Whenever they say summon a Legion Marauder, they get another in the deck. So it's very hard to mill them. It was one of the funniest challenges I did, just mill out every encounter. They also milled out the Legion Marauder, that's why I have the deck list. And that's pretty hard. And of course, if they get attacked, they get bigger and bigger. This is one of the fights where you actually have to be a little bit proactive and actually try to win, instead of just going for the stall-out plan. I'm also mulligan away a little bit. An awkward hand, don't have our 1-cost cards. Let's see how we can do. Our power is a nap. Go for the 1-cost guy and get this one very good for us. We take 3 damage here, but that's fine. It's an ephemeral, they don't get any board state from that. And summon our Bitsy Lizard into the Thorn of the Rose. We really like to draw some champions here. Just play a Guile, stun our unit. An attack here. A little bit of an awkward draw. I really would hope to draw some champions at some point. Here I'm just going to trade with my Mighty Pogo. This guy does more damage. Yeah, it's a little bit scary now, because we just drew both of our 7-cost guys. So we want to draw in our early game. Let's see. Really need some champions here. That's not a champion. Go for the Son of the Rose first. Maybe it was better to play the Mighty Pogo here. They just have nothing, it seems. Good for us. We nab our Whirling Death. Perfect. Okay, they just do nothing. Fine with me. Or Lizard transforms. And they just go for the strength in numbers. Pretty scary. Actually going to stun one. So only the other can attack. And we can go for a Whirling Death on this one. Make sure everything is taken down. It was a stun both, but I think I want to have one stun in the back. Or like a lethal attack or something like that. As our card it has picked up, Dust Up Diplomacy. And I'm not sure which way they block here. I don't want to find out yet. Let's just play our Mighty Pogo first. I don't think they can do anything scary here. Veteran is annoying. Let's actually stun that. They have to block with the Legion Marauder if they don't want to die. Make a copy with it. One to a follower. If it survives, create a copy. This actually allows us to win this turn. And now go for the Dust Up Diplomacy and the +1/+0. And as long as you get like a decent unit here, get 2 units anyways, so that should be enough. Didn't quite do the math, but it should be enough. Took some more damage here. Iceborne Legacy now at focus. But yeah, Legion Marauder down without too many problems. It's usually fine in these earlier levels if you're just level 2, level 3 to take damage early, because you have to get nothing to do at the healer anyways. So yeah. And again, no healing, no rerolls, so it's generally good to add items to a card that you already have in your deck. So Mighty Pogo, because in the future you will have 4 copies of Mighty Pogo. Each item you put onto Mighty Pogo is then stronger again. So Pompous Cavalier, not a good card at all. Legend Nectarine costs 8, leaves us with only one choice. You can go for either the chest or the champion item. If you go for the champion item, that's just very strong usually. And go for a focusing crystal. This is one of the strongest items on Gnar, I think. Seems strong, just building up a super Gnar. Here we have to can heal 29. And yeah, next fight is Swain. As you can see, he has basically no interaction, has some direct damage spells, some units, and the biggest threat of course is Swain himself. And once you take him down multiple times, and the deck quite fizzles out, and you can actually deck him pretty easily. For Mulligan, we once again want to look for early game units. Mini T, Swallowtail are too heavy. We have no 5-cost ally yet. Like we don't want to kill a Mini T for turn 7. And Pokestick is also not a unit. We really want to look for our early game units, our champions. And this is a little bit better. Not great, but this is not a perfect run because we didn't find any good units early, and they get a 1-2. Fine. So we want to be a little bit proactive here, not just sit around. Let's play our bigger guy first. Our stun stackers can actually attack into this guy. Play their hopeful. And I don't think I want to attack here yet. Like Swain is always a little bit scary. Play the Thorn of the Rose. We go for the Bitsy Lizard. And then attack with everything. Then we go for the projectile on this guy. Actually going to +1/+0, yes. Just like this. We keep our 2/2 around. Now I have a board lead for the first time. And on 4 they usually play the 4/5. So good attack with 3 damage here. But I'm kinda just wanting to go for my Mighty Pogo. Get the overwhelm damage in, the nab, Crimson Curator, and they play the 4/5, and that's just fine. Didn't have the 4/5, it would have been even stronger. Now we have to deal with the Swain. A little bit scary all the time, but should be. Just say I have a good feeling about this so far. You have to block the Swain here. I don't want to use my stun yet, could be useful later on. And we didn't draw any champions, that's pretty annoying. And would be really helpful to draw like Gnar, for example, or a card we put our items online. Pokestick, not what we're looking for. However, what we can do is... This is awkward. Let's start with the Pokestick on the Nexus. This will allow us to play our Spotted Toad with the effect here. Another Pokestick, no champions again. And here comes the Spotted Toad. 6 of 12. Play random cards. And yeah, let's just level up our units. Get the damage everywhere. Swain goes up even more.
None stronger, none more.
And this is the one unit we want to actually stun. Let's put it on the stack first. Then also the stun. So that the other guys die. Draw a card. Deal 1 to everything. Summon a bunch of guys. And we can pokey stick down you. Block you and block you. They have no spells at all, so you don't have to be afraid. The spell they have is like the the Death's Hand I showed in the beginning. Now we have a really big board lead. We also play out our Poro. And hopefully can translate this into a lethal damage turns. This is pretty good. We can free attack with our Mighty Pogo. We will probably block with this guy. And then we can Prowling Projectile. Goes for the Death's Hand. In that case, it is still going to be Prowling Projectile. This. Do 4 more damage. Levels up the Swain. AI over here having fun with emotes. Fine. And level up is so amazing.
The prettier the rose, the sharper the thorn.
And Swain gets to kill one of the units here, but that's totally fine. We have so many big units, we just have to push into damage, attack aggressively. Funny enough, he's already left at 10 cards. Here he goes down to 7. Good. We always have our bloody business here for the Swain. I think this will now stun our unit. Swain has a lot of text. Most of you know that. And a little bit annoying. I will, while it's on the stack, kill this unit. While this Swain, at least. And this is actually not super good. We play our Dawn of the Rose. They will stun us, then we will stun them. And then we will have lethal next turn. Swain, you have your fun with your emotes. I'm going to mute. A nice person. Yeah. 17 down to 16. And even without drawing any of our champions, any of our items, we were still pretty comfortably able to beat, partially because we get the lifesteal guy. Fine with me. We get the nap cards from opponent. He does not run out of cards. Cycle. Let's play this card first. And make sure we win this turn. Good, we draw. Our Gnar. I think just the double stun is the sure way to win.
I've had enough of you.
This leaves him with one blocker. They block my 6-7, and then I have infinite more damage on the board. And yeah, that's Swain down. Always a little bit scary, but even without champions, still pretty doable. For our battle rewards, we get to choose between the troll gifts with draw a card. Again, these effects with draw a card are very good. Always look to pick them up, but quicken is also decent. I thought before that I want to have a way to deal with Gangplank's powder kegs, and quicken is a way. Quicken resets all the powder kegs to 1, and it has the when cast draw a champion. I would rather draw a champion than draw a card. I'm just going to go for quicken here. Of course, this one is just 0 mana. You have to play this challenger. Doesn't really do that much. As for our second power, let's see what we get offered. Again, Bouncing Blades, quite good. Now we have a definite way to deal with the random Gangplank stuff. Also like Fast Deal. Also like Violence Wedge is the weakest one here. Fast Deal would be really good for our own deck. We can sometimes mill out. I think we have enough card advantage with our nap power. I will just go for the Bouncing Blades here. And again with this one, the healing doesn't do anything for us. Let's just go for the gold chests. And for Petty Officer, he has this deck, basically a bunch of powder kegs, but you get the knock him down each turn, which just deals no damage or anything, and allows you to take down enemy units one by one pretty easily. For Mulligan, I kept my 1-cost card. The Pokestick is probably not necessary to keep the Pokestick because we have like 2 ways now to deal 1 damage. The knock him down and the Blade's Edge. And actually, like, leaving the Proto was also pretty bad because they just have knock him down. Not that they won't use knock him down unless, like, I'm actually going to play a Proto here and block, prevent the 1 damage. They will not use this knock him down on your Nexus. That's pretty important to know. Never shoot your Nexus randomly for 1 if this guy is just like programmed to not do that. Yeah, this will be a lot of casting random cards, not really that much action. And the officer is probably one of the easiest ones in Gangplank level. Shoot everything down. And they run out of cards afterwards. Again, this is really annoying that we didn't find any healing yet, because they will just damage to us now.
Be nothing left when I'm done.
Yeah, no way we can stop this damage from happening. Really annoying to take 4 damage here. Because you can just take 3 damage if you cast our Quicken. It's probably fine. Let's take 4 damage here. Really good draw from my opponent. Usually I just have like these more powders and stuff. And yeah. Now we have our Gnar online, so I shouldn't really be able to do anything anymore. Watching Broker is fine. Take down this guy. 1 health. Now we get the Focusing Crystal online. Now we shouldn't take any more damage. Here, let's attack. I will just jump block with anything. With the nap. Now we will just not take damage anymore for the rest of the fight. 4 damage was the most. And yeah, let's just make them attack here. They don't attack yet. It's a little annoying. I think I'm just going to go for 2 blockers here myself. A random 1 cost follower. Very good. No, not very good. Oh! So, why did I not notice that? Going to take damage again. I lied. Me too. No way, okay. This was pretty good here. 24 life, a little bit of a challenge mode. No way to gain life back in our deck, so we don't have to stall around. This is really rare that you see no way. We didn't go to any shop, but we didn't see any shop on our route. Maybe we will still see it in the future. Take the Ripper. Fine. What I'm going to do here now is take down this Cythria. But they are forced, if they want to jump block, they're forced to block with the Jagged the Ripper. I actually should have played my Pokestick here. Doesn't really matter. I like having the 0 mana Pokestick just in case anything goes wrong here. My Gnar also levels up. The officer very surprised by that. More powder? No, usually they just do this the whole time. Down. Like the minigame, you have to play with this guy. Put down all the more powders. I have like 4 or 5 or 6 in the deck, I don't really remember right now when recording. I tracked them before, it was really annoying. I just kept 1 card in hand all the time. Never were able to kill them. We are successfully beating the minigame here. Fortunately, no way for us to regain life. As I said, just like infinite amounts of more powders. Last night also more powder probably. Either they are out of mana and soon out of life points. play a lot of our cards here because we want to have the Focusing Crystal buffing up our Gnar here. Random guys out and open attack. 6 life is pretty rough to take here, but as long as we do better in our next fight, should be fine. For our battle rewards, this is perfect. We see our champion finally. This Pro will also be okay, mana cost would be okay, but mana cost on our Gnar with the Focusing Crystal will just make life very easy if we get him on the board. Then we get the gold chest, a bunch more gold. In this shop we really want to look for healing. So any healing card. The reroll token. Let's see what shops open up. We have a shop over here. Interesting, we see the item shop. And you can see the card shop. I actually didn't notice before. For the item, cast me on the same target again. And I'm summon to capture the strongest enemy. That's really strong. Can be used against Gangplank. Flash Beam Satchel does nothing. We don't want these 7 cost cards in our deck. I don't think this is necessary. And we want to visit the shop. So let's just go to the Crimson Disciple. Crimson Disciple has a bunch of units and a bunch of Death Lotuses. And her power is pretty annoying to deal with. You want to really have a good scaling unit or some ways to shoot down their units without having your units die all over and over to this deal 1 to all units. However, the rest of the deck is just incidental damage, not that scary. Okay, as surprising as it might sound, I will keep the Protopore here and we can basically just keep this whole hand. This is a very good hand because we just want to block the early game damage and then we have our Gnar to just take down anything they have. Usually play like a Crimson whatever here, let's call it, or just the Daybreak. See what they roll. 2-2, and that's why we kept our Protoporo. Now they attack into us, and we block. And now the ability will deal 1 to them, and then only the allies that actually survive get +2, +0, +1. Look, everything that gets 1 damage dies. And yeah, our unit survives. Now you can just pass. And no need to play to damage this will just deal 1 damage to our Nexus. You see how it actually works, dealt 1 damage and now it dealt 1 damage to us. Like this Teferian is pretty annoying here. I think I just have to take the... No, I can play my Elixir of Iron. That makes our Gnar survive. Take 2 more damage. No need to play out our spell here. And here I'm going to bait them. We'll attack with Gnar first. So this is a nap. I will block and offer Death Lotus. And then we can go for the deal 1 to anything spell. Level up our Gnar. And this is where we take 1 more damage from the ability. Get to kill this for free. Okay, so here we dealt some damage. It's actually pretty amazing if you have like something interrupting you while recording. Just like paused because there's no timer. And then cut it out afterwards. It's quite fun actually. I like this on the mode. And here we have to make our Gnar survive. It's just at 1 life currently. Let's play out our It's the Lizard. And then cast our Pokestick. Put our Gnar at 2 life. And make him survive basically. There's up anyways, so we wouldn't really have to do that. Take 1 more damage because of the Crimson Disciple. And 1 damage, that's pretty annoying. So let's just run out our... Guess we can run out our own Crimson Awakener now. And take these blocks. And just make sure our Gnar survives with Blade's Edge here on Nexus. 1 more health. Attack as well. Cute. And yeah, we just want to end this as fast as possible. Actually playing this out, that was stupid. That was pretty stupid playing this out. Yeah, they block it. It's fine.
I'd ask your name, but
Totally fine, totally planned. And we can still play out our Pro with the free attack. Funny thing is, I will block now. Because I will regard this as a big block. Now we will Blade's Edge and put it to 1 life. And then the hero power, or the champion power, kills it. Figure out it's really just called power, that's like the enemy power. Oh no, it transforms back. Ah, my Gnar, I forgot. Ah, display.
none more feared.
Yeah, Stone Stackers just to block this. Ah, I forgot that Gnar transforms back. Let's play out our Spotted Toad here. Get some units on the board. I will die anyways.
My reputation.
Completely missed that he will transform back. Let's play our Mini T.
The three are unrivaled.
Stun, take some damage, do some damage. Sit around here forever. We have another guy. Sad. Okay, that's fine. Look at our Mini T level up. It's our Mega T. Yeah, no problem here anymore. A random jump blocker. Play a random blocker. Another nab. Okay, now you're just not taking any more damage. Don't want to play our spells here because it would just block us a little bit weird maybe. And summon this one. I can show you another trick here. We can actually summon this without adjusting it. If you just click on done, play the Crimson Aristocrat without dealing damage to an ally. And we have nabbed one Death Lotus, they have played one, so we don't have anyone left. And let's just go for the lethal here. Don't think they have a third Death Lotus. Let's see. Okay. So really still looking for healing. I think it's still doable with Gangplank, but not seeing any healing at all is pretty unlucky so far. For here, for this one, I actually like the Poro next on my 1-cost Roar card. Unity with Barrier will not do that much. Shuffling more quickness into my deck is not what I want to be doing. So Elixir of Iron is pretty good here. I really are going to look for any life gain cards. Did not find any. So we're going to go for a reroll. I don't want these random blade squires in my hand. I see it is too slow. Treasure Seeker is kind of oh, healing. We'll definitely pick up all of the Kindle Tavern Keepers we can find. That's just great. And then we can reroll. Look for more healing. Tusk Speaker. Play the 1-2 Nexuses. Doubling dice doesn't really do anything. Kingpin would not be terrible. And removal would not be terrible. What you can also do is you can purchase a reroll token and use it immediately. And I kind of like the Aloof Travelers here versus the Gangplank, because for obvious reasons it can discard their 8-cost cards. Also pick those up. 2 of them, I think it's fine. Only 1 Primary Strength is a combat trick. And still on the rest of the gold. So we have like some Tavern Keepers now. Giving me more help. I think I've only like failed to Gangplank once. This deck is not very good with how little healing it has, but let's still try our best. Strategy for Gangplank is you always want to be prepared to deal with the barrels, and you have to take down the Red Ray and the Gangplank. That way you can control when Gangplank goes below 20 health. That's pretty good, but this deck is definitely one of the weaker ones I've had for this fight. As for the mulligan, I'm going to look for my champions here. Don't want to have these random minions, but Dust of Diplomacy is actually pretty good. Use with the random 1-cost guy and summons a bunch of units for us. We don't find any champions here. Gangplank wants to talk to us, but we say thanks. And opponent might play a unit here. Jagged Butcher. Actually going to go for this line. Damage the Jagged Butcher, and then I can go for the Diplomacy next turn if they open attack. They usually don't. And we can go for the Blade's Edge. Here, this guy. Don't open attack. Now we can just destroy them here with the Astral Diplomacy. Killing all of the 3 of those, summoning 2 guys, Omen Hawk and Mr. Poro. And also taking down their 2-1. Very good stuff. Start to this fight. I'm still afraid of this Gangplank. It is Challenger, out of the Skirmisher Saber. Blanc is a good draw, buffed up here, so they can't even deal with it this turn.
I hate having
And usually go for a Make It Rain or something. Now we will just target this unit that can be blocked. A fearsome unit can't be blocked, we nab one, get their Riptide Rex. Have 3 copies of this. And this is just fine. First Make It Rain down. Make It Rain one of the more scary spells. And I'm actually happy to have these 1-cost units die, or 1/1 units die, because then Gangplank can't challenge them anymore. Now it's very good draw. Now I think we've won this. Let's run it out. Don't think they can do anything here to us anymore. Actually hold on to my spell mana here to make sure I'm prepared for the Gangplank next turn. Now Dust Diplomacy is very good. Don't have my one mana open. Let's just run out. Actually we can do like this on Gangplank. I think if we wait for a bit and then click on pass, they will summon Gangplank. I summon this first. It's very good. Let's just take this one out with our... Let's actually go for the diplomacy here. Was a card. This one damage everything. Summons 2 guys. Now +1/+1. Now that we summon Gangplank, we can use our capture item. Where is it? Take down the Gangplank. We'll probably kill this at some point, but hopefully we will have done enough damage here already. Are we ready for the Dreadway yet? Is the next question. I think we actually are. I don't think I want to spend too many resources on this. Do it like here.
smoke and mirrors.
It's a little bit riskier line, but I think it's okay. A good way of dealing with opponent's board this turn.
What a treat.
Didn't really order, like you can order it better for LeBlanc probably. But, when it moved the forward randomly.
I whisper truth.
And I'm aware that they get the Dreadway now. I think we can really consistently survive next turn. And yeah, and the turn after that we basically always kill them. And here comes the Dreadway, pretty scary card. Double all damage dealt by your skills, spells and allies, so basically everything has double attack. And here comes another Gangplank. However, we can... We'll probably go for a parley here. Let's just go for the Blade's Edge right now. And the funny thing is that you basically right now we just want to save this because it has a captured unit. Otherwise, if they have like a parley, then you can prevent this from dying by dealing damage by just killing it yourself. Like follow up it. And I will just deal 8 damage. Sorry, LeBlanc.
Useless pawn.
And then I will just take you out, lock you, Focus Stick. This should lead to the Gangplank being stunned, this dying. Perfect. And then next turn we definitely have lethal. Some shape or form. Full of cards in our hand. Our Mega Gnar. Very good. And I think we can just go in here multiple ways. Let's just see how they block this. Good what they do. and a Make It Rain. So that should be lethal, right? Yeah. Our Gnar item. And yeah, we did it. First try, Gnar, level 3, taking down Gangplank at a comfortable 20 life total without any healing in the deck, except for these Cavern Keepers we picked up in the end. As usual, you get 200 reputation for your Gangplank run, and this will put us at level 5, I think. Reputation, Banshee's Veil. Of course, I have most of the items already. Doesn't really matter here. And level up. Get the rerolls. And then we also get the random starting item. Very important. Really hard to beat this without the level ups. First upcoming ranks. Before we end the episode, we have another prismatic reward to open up. So let's see what we get here. Okay, I don't think any of these are in like Path of Champions. And I think the most competitive one is Cape Maidens. This card didn't really see them much play yet. I think it's actually good. And yeah, the other two are like the two Investigators, like an Ancient Relic. That means that is also playable in like Dragon decks as a one-off. I think Cape Maidens is just go for here. Yeah, it's going to do our Gangplank run with Gnar. Hope you learned something and see you in the future.